Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Starfield, where last time we made it here, to the Constellation Lodge, and got our introduction to what I assume is going to be a pretty damn big bit of the game. It turns out they've got 3 alien MacGuffins, and I strongly suspect Sarah's about to take me on a trip to go and get another one. But before we do that, let's make sure we understand, who Constellation are, what they believe in, and why it is precisely that, yes, everyone seems to think their glory days are very much behind them. So, let's kick off with Walter Stroud, because, yes, from a bit of incidental dialogue I heard between him and one other character, I'm pretty sure, yes, this is the guy who pays for everything. Presumably, this is his big old house he's using as the lodge.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
Oh, don't worry, Walter. You were right to judge me. Like, in 5-10 minutes, I'm going to be robbing this place and flogging its valuables at the space Tesco round the corner.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
You know what? I'll accept that as an apology. Lovely to be here, Walter.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Okay, sounds to me like, yes, you've got a lab somewhere in here where we can start figuring out how research and crafting works. Marvelous. And yes, let's start off with the visions, because you were arguing with the other guy, what was his name? Matteo, I think, where you weren't in agreement as to what they might mean. So, okay, let's get your take on it.
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
And blimey, this is nice to see. So yes, indeed, one of my starting skills was fitness. And apparently, that gives me a new dialogue option. So, yes indeed, buddy, it turns out I'm in fact very physically fit. Xenobiologist, we spend a lot of time running away from creatures trying to eat us, apparently.
I'll take your word on that. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
And also, because I suspect this is going to be relevant down the line, you're Walter Stroud, your company is Stroud Eklund, suggesting, yes, I strongly suspect we're going to have a run-in with a Mr. Eklund down the line.
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
Okay, hang on for a second. Why on earth am I flying around in the bloody frontier, a tiny ship that everyone agrees is not worth very much, if you're the bloody CEO of a high-end shipbuilding company? Just give us an elite super ship, you mad bastards. Okay, next up, how about Matteo? Because I strongly suspect you've got a very different take on things than Walter over there. Because yes, 1, you're arguing about the visions, and 2, you're wearing a weird hat. By any chance is this all religious, like you're tied to a particular religion in this universe, and that's informed your opinion of it?
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Matteo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Okay, so most definitely something religious. Tell me your view of the visions, buddy.
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits.
Sorry, buddy. I really feel like it was just a star map, actually. But yeah, let's just turn that around and ask him the question, which is, do you think that this is religious? And if so, any particular religion, like an established one, or something brand new?
Not necessarily, no, but it does kind of have the hallmarks of one, doesn't it? I'm certainly not going to rule it out just yet.
Okay, so he's not really willing to commit one way or the other. Gotcha.
Your father dropped by. He left a note for you. Here.
Wait, what? Okay, I was about to, speak to Noelle, but, apparently my parents, who, yes, just as a reminder, are alive, that was one of the traits I picked, apparently they knew I was coming and, like, got here faster than I did somehow or another. Dear Aria, if you could stop by home, there's something I want to talk to you about. Nothing urgent, I would sure like to see you, Dad. I'm going to be honest, I can't quite entirely remember where you guys live. Like, could you maybe send me some coordinates or something? Oh, this is deeply worrying. That's not actually started an activity. So, I can't, like, you know, get a quest marker telling me where my parents live. I have no idea where my parents' house is. Okay, we'll just need to check the residential district at some point or another. Anyway, stay focused for the time being. Noelle, you're up next.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
Right, so I'm guessing you're the scientist, given you're the one that was putting the things together and talking about the theory behind them. So, okay, what's your take on the visions?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Okay, reasonable, but that doesn't explain how Barrett had an extraordinarily similar experience.
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Okay, I'm still suspicious that you guys knew I was going to touch the artifact and I was being used as a guinea pig. Alright, because otherwise, why on earth wouldn't Barrett have given the instructions to the mining company to not touch the artifact under any circumstances? I feel like, yes, I may have been ever so slightly set up here. But yes, what's your backstory? How long have you been doing this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
Okay, so Barrett's number 1, which was the one that was right here just in a cupboard. I'm number 3. Who was it that dug out number 2?
So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
Okay, so I'm getting the tour from Noelle. Marvelous.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
Alright, so I'm guessing, yes, there's a few members who aren't home right now who I'll be meeting down the line. Gotcha.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
Alright, so I've got myself a room and... I mean, I can't deny, this is pretty swish. Like, I was planning to just abandon Constellation, just go exploring, never do anything for them again, but, I mean, this is nice right here. This is stylish. It's even got dumb overlapping hexagon mirrors. I love it. I mean, come on. There is a stocked drinks cabinet with, like, you know, cocktail tumblers and martini glasses waiting for me in my room. That is cooking stylish. Now, she was saying yes, Matteo was next door to me. So this presumably is Matteo's room. So we've got ourselves... yes, various bits of paper and whatnot. Sir Livingston's second journal. I heard tell from some old-timers, although the Earth had suffered its sad fate, that her faithful companion Luna had fared much better. Apparently you can still find remnants of the old Apollo missions, something of a secret rite of passage for chairs of Constellation, if Banks was to be believed. During those rare interludes of calm while doing research on Earth, I figured I could spare the time. I was, as they say, in the neighbourhood. It took some serious scanning and a couple of false leads, but I found it. So okay. Potentially, yeah, something's gone really badly wrong with Earth, but the moon might still be around, and indeed, we might be able to go and see the old Apollo lander. That'd be brilliant. And yes, this makes sense for Matteo. We got ourselves, yeah, incense and candles and vases and whatnot, so maybe not prayer, but at the bare minimum, meditation of some description. Beyond that, fairly tidy room, all things considered. In which case, yes, downstairs we've got ourselves okay. Now this is what we're flipping after, the crafting room. Not just that, mind, someone else is living down here as well, so... okay, this could potentially be Noelle. Kind of get the feeling, yes, this is a bit of a nerd's room. We've got various different posters relating to books, films, TV series, etc., etc., floating around here, so... could be Noelle, could be someone else, I'm not sure. Whoever it is, despite the fact they, yes, live down here in the basement, they do, on the plus side, get their own private bathroom, which is nice. Oh, and here's weird. There's actually, yes, an emergency exit door down here in the basement, leading out to the well. Okay, leave that for the time being, just remember that's there. Right, before we get back to Sarah, let's try and get our heads around, yes, what's going on with research and whatnot. So, before I can craft something, I've got to research it. Research comes in two constituent parts. One, you've got to have the material, got from various planets dotted around the world, and that's all you need for basic stuff, but as soon as you get into anything advanced, like, say, spacesuit modifications, you need the relevant perk, presumably in science or technology. So here we go. Say I wanted to get better at doing medical treatment. Looks like I've got plenty of this stuff already. So just to go in here, I've got some antimicrobials. I think I got them out of some of the animals I was taking out last episode. So just shove them in there. Magnificent. Then amino acids. Got some of them too. Shove you in there as well. And... okay. Sudden development. I think I get these because I'm wearing, like, you know, research science armor or whatever right now. So I entered the acids, but as a result of that, yes, I just sort of get the aluminium for free by the sounds of it. So there we go. Now I've got medical treatment too. Now, weaponry, however, this one's actually pretty easy and doable because I am swimming in just basic metal that we need to make that work. So, shove in some flipping aluminium, shove in some nickel, we've got that too. Pretty sure I've been picking up some glue, magnificent. So, okay, straight away we can get a whole bunch of these guys done, basically unlocking various parts of my guns. Everything else, though... yeah, we're going to need to take a weapon engineering up to rank 1, in some cases up to rank 2, before we could do any more. Well, speak of the devil, I do literally have a skill point in hand right now. Unfortunately, weapon engineering is, yes, that's actually tier 2. So I need to put a whole bunch of more skill points into the first level of science before I can do that. Okay, hang on, that's pharmaceutical, a cooking station. Where's the gun, McGibble? Here we flipping go, so okay, now we can start improving the shotgun and, I feel like that would be a very, very good thing to do right here. So yes, having done the basic grips, optics and barrels upgrades, I could do the tactical stock right now, but to do it, I need a tiny bit of titanium, which I don't currently have. Gotcha. So say I wanted the laser sights on my shotgun, I'd need a tiny bit of helium. And finally, a tiny bit of nickel would get me a compensator on the front, because suppressor, that needs a fair bit of research into muzzle mods first. Oh, and there's the answer to my question. Okay, Fallout 4's recon scopes are back in a way. So, yes, you can tag enemies, but it's a function of a gun part and not a perk. Right, now that's something to work towards. Meanwhile, over in the spacesuit modification table, okay. Boost packs. Obviously, yes, I would like a huge amount of boost power, which naturally means spacesuit design, so, okay, that's gonna be something I'm gonna be wanting to work towards. Gotcha.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
I mean, bare minimum, I'd be curious about, yes, what you know about the artifacts, etc, etc.
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
I'm deeply suspicious about the fact that, yes, everyone's being very cagey about who precisely saw the second vision after touching the second artifact.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Okay, if someone dug it up decades ago before you were even looking for them, the vision would have been written off as nothing, the object would be inert by now, so... Okay, let's get out there, learn about the United Colonies, etc, though, yes indeed. How many other artifacts do you think might already be floating around?
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
Okay, and as for the ship we're going to?
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
Okay, and yes indeed. A good chance to learn about the United Colonies because I suspect there's more than a little bit of a dark underbelly to them. Oh, and that is true. Salary. I was wanting to discuss wages with you guys, because before you idiots showed up, I had a nice steady mining job.
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
Okay, now that's fine, but like, I do still need actual cash up front. By the way, you wouldn't happen to know where my dad lives. Like, I know that's a really weird question, but I don't, and apparently he was here earlier. Oh, is she judging me right now? I think she's judging me. Like, that looks to me like her face has just gone into a I'm judging you for saying that mood.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Okay, now that's a nice way of telling me I could do as much murder as I want and you don't care as long as it's not inside this building. Brilliant. And yes, under the circumstances, that's skill point. I do want to be moving towards weapon engineering and spacesuit design, so... okay. Astrodynamics. Something, my ship. Ooh, graph jump range. So okay, I can get to further and further away systems. Don't worry about that for now. I don't really have my own ship at the moment. It seems to be, yes, a bit locked down with the whole Sarah business. Geology could potentially be of use. Medicine is never going to hurt. So not just more healing, but also healing faster. Okay, that is potentially very good. And then research methodology. So I can start doing things cheaper and cheaper. I mean, that's got to be pretty bloody useful too. You know what? We're probably walking into trouble right now. I will take a point of medicine so that we're moving in the right direction towards, yes, spacesuit design and weapon engineering. So that's going to be needing me to, right, literally just heal myself when I take damage. Marvellous. So okay, looks like Vasco's staying here on this occasion and Sarah's taking his place. Beautiful. So, okay, out into the mast. Let's see what we've got going on around here. Because I was kind of, yes, sprinting through this area last time so that 17 different people didn't immediately start giving me their life story and problems as needed solving. So, okay, let's see what we've got around here. And, oh. Okay. I think I just got, yes, missions to go and visit my parents. Would you be okay if we went and visited my dad? Because he did just leave me a note saying I should go and see him. I really wouldn't worry about this, Sarah. Like, you know, your guy's not going to be here right now anyway. It's the middle of the night. He is definitely going to be at home right now. So now is an excellent time for us to, you know, just go and visit my dad quickly. And on the way past, okay, we've got the medical center right here. Marvelous. If I need anything medical related, then we've got ourselves... Okay. Oh, flipping K, it's the clothing store. Right, hang on, just need to get in here. 24-hour clothing. Flipping love it. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, this is why you gave me a giant pile of money, alright? We need to start looking fabulous. I need a hat. Do you sell nice hats? Okay, we've got some wild poncho options going on here. The vested suit is pretty nice. Urban slackwear. Oh, that's quite stylish, actually. Oh, and I don't mind the Neo City courtwear either. Wouldn't mind a different colour. Mind, but still, that's... Ooh. That's bonus persuasion chance. Okay, so this is like charisma boosting gear. Got it. You know what? I'll take the Neo City courtwear. Remember to put that on if I need to, yes, persuade people. Oh, I will say though, this place is rather special at night with the light over the water and the giant sky bridge and everything. Oh, I like it. Right, don't worry about the security forces, etc, etc. Hang on, I'm supposed to be going... Good, 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 good. My little guide thing, proving very useful there. So, yes, just need to go in this direction. Is this a hat shop by any chance? Because I really need a hat. What's CJ's precisely? Okay, it's just a corner store. So, yeah, a blend of food, but also medicine. Also, this is super cute, by the way. When it says she's open 49 hours, what I'm pretty sure that refers to is, yes, obviously, in this game, time is a bit weird. Because the local time is going to be different from universal time. We need universal time so, you know, people can liaise their calendars between planets, but you need local time to reflect, you know, whether it's day or night or whatnot. So as a result of that, time goes out of sync, depending on how long a day is, because that's going to depend on, you know, how fast the planet rotates and whatnot. That's why it's not 45 minutes in both local and UT, because time is moving at different rates on different planets, presumably to keep the calendars in line, right? So here we go. If I just step into a building here and wait while sitting down, just like in Fallout 4... then waiting 1 local hour represents 2 hours and 5 minutes of universal time. And 24 hours locally is 50 hours in UT. So presumably that's why he's open 49 hours a day. It's either for the benefit of people working on a UT, or it's a joke based on the time difference, but in either case, I love it. Speaking of which, though, yes, I felt like it would be a little bit on the rude side to show up at my parents' house at like 1 AM in the morning. There we go, and also, ooh, for the first time, I have actually sent money to my parents. So, okay, I suspect that stuff only started happening right now. The game seems to have, like, begun now that we've met Sarah and left the lodge and whatnot. And I will absolutely get to my parents in just a second. But I can't help but notice I'm pretty sure we just walked past a gun store. Oh yeah, she's got legendary guns, and some of these legendary effects are literally lifted from Fallout 4. Hitman, I believe, was added as a legendary effect with Far Harbor, if I'm remembering correctly. So, in the event you're aiming, then yeah, you do a whole bunch more damage. Though, seriously, that is a ridiculous number of mods. And there's the gun I've already got, just with a really nice scope on it, so... okay, basically for the time being, yeah, it's going to be a while till I can craft my own guns. Buying them, that's the way to skip up the tech tree a bit. You know what? I'm willing to do this deal. I will buy the modified Equinox, so it's got a scope on it, so I've got, like, you know, something that works as a sort of okay sniping weapon. Okay, seriously this time, I am going to visit my parents, unless there's a hat shop. If there's a hat shop, I'm going there instead. There was not a hat shop. Okay, let's go see my mum and dad. Oh, bloody hell. This is where they live. And I'm sending money to them, not the other way round, bloody hell. Okay, here we go. My mum and dad, time to figure out whether they're ashamed of me for, you know, being a xenobiologist and not a dentist. And...
what? Well, I'll be. Honey, we got ourselves a visitor. I'll get the coffee brewing.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a heart attack.
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, daughter, but I thought you were under contract with Argos Extractors. Is everything all right?
Okay, so it's a long story. I'm the chosen one now. Sorry about that. And, yeah, big time promotion. I mean, oh, they're gonna have thoughts about Constellation.
Now, it's just with our family, the news isn't always great, but Constellation? Is this one of those candid camera vids? A joke?
My child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special. Didn't I always say that? That you were meant for great things? Great things.
Okay, one, my mum's being way more supportive, and two, is that like a biker jacket, but with solid gold bits on the outside of the arms? Oh, I love it. Right, if you've got a spare one of those, I am wearing that, okay? So... yes, indeed. Apparently, you know all about Constellation.
Well, I know what I've read about in the news. The Explorers. Years ago, there was a stretch where Constellation was in fashion. People would gossip about them all the time. I must say it's been a while since I've heard anything about them, though. Glad to know they're still around.
Okay, my mum's super proud of me, and that's great. My dad, he might need winning over a bit by the sounds of it.
Hey, if I don't get to sing your praises as much as I like, no one can. Oh, but you didn't give me any notice. If I'd known, I'd have your favorite meal in the oven. And your room is just a mess. Although that's how you left it.
Easy, honey. Let the girl catch her breath. Why don't you settle in? You know you're always welcome.
Okay, so I'm here. This is my home. Right, so living room. Little... oh my goodness, like a tiny indoor garden thing. Then we've got, oh my goodness, a washer, a dryer right here inside the little kitchenette thing. Right there, magnificent. Presumably, yes, this will be your guys' room right here. And then this will be mine. Oh my goodness, the tiny, tiny bed. Then we've got ourselves a high school backpack giving me extra carry capacity. Okay, well, we're taking that, obviously. And a note from Mom. Okay, I patched up your old high school backpack, good as new. There's so many pockets. Okay, I greatly approve, by the way, that I have got, yes, great expectations and hard times in my room. So we've got 2 Dickens on my bookshelf. I love Dickens, and I really love Hard Times. No one ever talks about Hard Times when they're talking about Dickens, but I love Hard Times. It's brilliant. Then we've got my board game collection, my pencil case, sports bottle right over there. Beautiful. I can have a nap in my bed by the looks of it if I want to. We've got all my plushies. Okay, well, these are coming with me. Okay, the Parsec Pooch is coming along. I'll leave the Hypno art lamp. That's absolutely fine. Am I drinking from this mug? Then walk away. Right, we're having the mug. Have you got any other mugs? They actually had a unique mug. Okay, hang on. Just check around here.
a friendly
That's a
ear.
UC mug. Okay, we've seen that one already. That's absolutely fine. Just check all the other surfaces. Make sure we check everything else too.
Straight.
Unfortunately, I think that might be the only one. Okay, you know what? It's still a unique mug. It's still pretty bloody good. Yeah, that's definitely just a generic QC mug at the back there, right? Okay, Dad, you did say you wanted to have a chat with me.
I still can't believe it. Constellation. The stories make them seem so exotic, so, well, romantic, almost. How is it for real? You liking it?
Okay, I feel like my mum might have had a very stern word with him, given, yes, he's suddenly feeling a lot more warm about the idea, so, still kind of wrapping my head around it. I'm kind of supposed to be doing my first mission right now. That's my boss, standing by the TV over there, by the way. Kind of feel like I'm not doing my job that well at the moment.
It's funny how you can live years where the days all blend together. But then out of the blue, whammo, everything's different. I've got some news of my own. You are now officially looking at a retiree. Taught my final class last Thursday. The faculty threw me a party and everything. It's too bad you weren't here then. You could have had some cake.
Oh my goodness, my dad was a teacher and he's now retired and he's looking very smug, having just told me that. That's lovely. So, okay, fair enough. Congratulations, the university was lucky to have you. I'm guessing you were the one that made me interested in xenobiology in the first place.
I gave it my good old college try. You see what I did there? Enough about that. Anything you want to talk about before you have to go? I mean, stay. Stay as long as you like, but I imagine you're all excited to get to discovering.
Okay, this is just bloody lovely that you can just come and hang out with your parents if you want to. So, yes, beyond the money I'm sending you, anything else you guys need?
You know, it's supposed to be us taking care of you, right? I'd like to say we'll pay you back the money you sent home. Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. More than you know.
Okay, this is really sweet. I really quite like this. How are things going in general, by the way? How are you enjoying retirement?
Retirement's treating me well, but there are some days I almost missed the classroom. Don't say anything to your mom about this, but she got some work done at Enhance. She keeps looking younger every day, I tell her. Not that I mind.
Okay, well, this is just lovely.
So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special in your life? With you being in Constellation now, I imagine you are quite the catch.
Gonna be honest, Mama, it's kind of my first day. I've not really had a chance to meet anyone yet, but I will come and tell you as soon as there is any gossip to be divulged, I promise. I literally turned my back for a second, and my mum appears to be now hovering on my dad's shoulder next to the... Oh, Bethesda games never change. Right, let's go and do our job, given, yes, it's kind of my first day with Constellation, and I'm really supposed to be getting on with something with Sarah right now. Thanks for the mug, by the way. Also, by the sounds of it, yes, the UC Vanguard isn't a ship. It's like a building or an organisation or something. So I think it might just be, like, round the corner and not in space. Although on the way, okay, if my parents are now active, so's the mortgage. So should probably go make a small payment to that while I'm passing by, given I'm literally in the system where I could do the payment. So, Landry Holyfield, gotcha. Here we go. Gal Bank is located in Commercial, so we'll need to nip over there for a second. And bloody hell, okay. So, Commercial means big business, and big business means very literally big business. On the plus side, this does make it pretty easy to find the Gal Bank building. Here we go, straight in the front door, don't need an appointment apparently. Let's go put a bit of money down to make sure they don't foreclose on my house.
You don't look like a new hire stumbling through their first day. Who exactly are you?
Honestly, that depends. If me, like, you know, having a temporary part-time job in this bank gets me a discount on the mortgage, I will do it.
I have a business proposition for you that could help us both out. Very lucrative.
Okay, I'm going to be honest, I'm just here to pay off my mortgage, but sure, if you want to, like, you know, do some lucrative business, I guess we could do that too.
Good. Great. Well, confession time. I might just be a little desperate. See, the world of credit analysis, you know, dealing with deadbeats and reprobates is, well, it's a tough field. And what I need is a ringer, someone that can collect some of our top delinquent offenders. What I need is you. You work with me, and the fee you get will be huge.
I mean, honestly, this sounds like a pretty good easy way to make some money.
Oh, I can tell you're eager. That's good. But we'll start small and work our way up to the worst offenders.
Okay, he's being a bit vague on the number of zeros, but sure, why not? Give me the first one.
Yes! So, we got a Galaxy-class con man took out a loan to franchise a restaurant. Turns out, surprise, it was a scam, and Dieter Maliki jumps system. Now, he's holed up in a literal shack in the middle of nowhere. Can you believe it? The job is simple. Get Dieter to pay. And we don't want him dead, we don't want him hurt. Just close his account like an honest citizen.
Okay, so, I mean, just out of interest, if he were to die...
If he dies, then his assets go to probate, and we can get paid. So if he forces you into an it's you or him situation, it's A-okay for Galbank's bottom line if you choose him. But I cannot stress this enough. This is not the ideal outcome. We wanted him liquidated, we'd have put a tracker on him.
Okay, so now we're done with that, buddy. How about we, now have a chat about my mortgage, which is kind of why I was here in the first place. It's hilarious, though, that I tried to sit down to discuss my mortgage and instead got pulled into part-time debt collecting first.
Right. Small home in the Olympus system, right? There's a balance on that property. Argos Extractors negotiated a very fine loan for you. There are weekly payments, but if you miss a payment, no big deal. It's a pay-as-you-go type of affair. But I think we'd all be happier if you dealt with the mortgage one way or the other.
Okay, so, yes indeed, let's talk about interest rates, overpayment charges, etc, etc. Oh, this is wonderful.
Certainly. So there are two ways to take care of a loan for good. One's easy. Just pay off the balance, then the house is yours, free and clear, and you are one very happy new homeowner. The other option, less ideal, is just walk away and we foreclose on the property.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually have, like, all 125,000 credits on me. Can I make, like, you know, a smaller overpayment?
That is a chunk of change, to be sure. But we don't do partial payments. Sorry, it's in the contract. If you get the money, though, we're happy to settle the mortgage for good. You have a good day.
You don't take partial payments? For a cocking mortgage? Sarah, shut up. This is... We've got a bigger problem than this right now, Sarah. I have to pay the entire cocking mortgage in one... That cannot be right. Well, the game says there's a weekly mortgage payment. The problem is I'm not sure, like, you know, how much that's going to be, so... I mean, okay, 125,000 credits, assume a standard 25-year mortgage, assume... Hang on. There must be something around here that would give me an idea as to... Okay, interest rates of about 2.9%, but is that saving, or is that, like, on loans? Okay, if they're offering 2.9% on savings... or loans, that would suggest the interest rates haven't gone too far out of control, and 125, like, you know, as the capital amount isn't that large. I mean, I feel like surely that can't be more than, say, 500 credits a month or something. That's not too bad, really. Okay, I think we can handle that. Just, you know, make sure we're always floating a little bit of extra money just in case. Okay, Sarah, I think I'm done with my errands. We can get back to, like, you know, saving the universe from the alien precursors or whatever now. Oh, bloody convenient and... Sarah, that was one hell of a jump right there. I'm pretty sure we're already in the right bit of the city, given, yes, it would appear her contactee is right here in commercial, which is... I mean, that's a bit weird. I would have thought, like, you know, the Vanguard organization with the soldiers and whatnot wouldn't be in commercial. They would be... Wait, hang on, Mast? What district am I in right now? I may have got a bit lost, but, like, we appear to be in the right location for now. Let's go in and have a nice chat with Sarah's contacts.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
You know what? We can discuss that later. I'm sure you've got a submission for me. But for the time being, let's talk Constellation.
All right, all right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Okay, so we're going back to the Sol system, and that means we can go have a little bit of a look-see at Earth and figure out what happened over there. Marvellous. Though yes, let's get your take on that. What's wrong with Sol precisely?
You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
Okay, so apparently something's wrong with Mars, something's wrong with Earth. The moon might be okay, mind.
Sol system is a lot of planets. But a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
Okay, I will get back to you, Tuala. But, like, the thing is, I do have about 6 jobs on the go right now. I cannot do everybody's job for them. Before we set off, though, do not forget to take care of the important things on the ship. Number 1, this is my bunk, and no matter where Sarah decides to stand, though that's true, actually. If we're out here for, like, you know, several weeks or something, how are we going to be doing this? Because, like, it's a pretty bloody small bed, all things considered. Okay, we'll take turns. One of us can just, like, you know, rest in the jump seat. The other one can have the bed. We can alternate and sleep in shifts. It's gonna be fine. But okay, just to mark it as mine, here we flippy go. Plushy Galacticat and Parsec Pooch. Alright, I'm gonna put my childhood plushies on the bed so everyone understands it's... I am really glad I just came into this menu. Because I'm carrying contraband, and my ship doesn't have, like, any, like, shielding against that or anything like that. So, what am I supposed to do with these mech components? Can I sell these to, like, anybody, or... Okay, get the bed set up. We'll get back to the mech components in a second. But yes, most importantly, my plushies are now on the boat, and I've added my new mug to the collection. I love my mug collection. This is the best thing. Right. Before we set off, I've got to dispose of, like, some maybe ever so slightly illegal goods. Okay, slight issue. It turns out random shops don't buy a highly illegal contraband, so... I mean, in which case, who does? Okay, what we're gonna do, just for the moment... Here we go, back in my room. I'm going to store my highly illegal contraband inside this safe until I figure out how to dispose of it without, like, you know, getting arrested. And also this coffee mug stolen. Okay, I'm putting the stolen coffee mug in there just in case, though. Ooh. Some of the coffee mugs on the ship may be stolen. I mean, if I get arrested by the space cops for having stolen mugs, like, I'm okay with that. That's just good police work right there, that they figured out which mugs were or weren't stolen. But hopefully, red means stolen, but yellow means, like, contraband, like, specifically the stuff they're scanning for. So, okay, I just need to try and figure out how I'm going to dispose of that precisely. Okay, highly illegal merchandise disposed of. Succulents now in the cockpit. It's time. We're going to cocking Mars. Fuel consumption is 6.887 out of 50. How much fuel do I have right now? I have no idea, so I hope it's enough. So, okay, just activate the grav drive. Check everything is as it should be. Open a hole in space-time. And here we flippy go. I do enjoy the hole in space-time. That's great.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Oh, I am happy to be scanned, alright. I'm one step ahead of you, you stupid bastards.
Scan complete. You're clear to land.
Alright. So here we are. We are now above Mars. But before we do that... Oh. Earth's not looking so good. Like, I was expecting not great, but this is This is much worse than I was expecting. There's barely any atmosphere. Literally nothing lives here, plant or animal. What the cock happened here? Oh. Oh, this doesn't look good at all, does it? Yeah, this kind of feels like it's just a bit of a wasteland, actually. And apparently we're not allowed to go outside without spacesuits anymore, so... Okay. There's nothing. I mean, there's a handful of bits and pieces. I'm just kind of curious, like, you know, if anything of note's going on around here. I mean, the game's saying there's something. It's not really marked as, like, an important structure or anything, but... There's a bit of lead, I suppose. That's good. Not 100% sure what happened to Earth, but, I feel like whatever it is, Earth is not recovering from it. Okay, this is much worse than I thought it was going to be. Okay, as for the moon, apparently it's just, yeah, iron central, maybe a tiny bit of helium, I think that is. But while we're literally in the neighborhood, the game did say, you know what, people in Constellation, they should go and visit the Apollo landing site, which would appear to be somewhere around here-ish. Oh, that's just quite special, really, isn't it? Oh, that's lovely. And, oh, there she is. And apparently I'm not the only visitor. Wait, is this good news or bad news? Possibly this is just another tourist. Like, possibly tourists come in and visit, like, you know, the moon flag and whatnot all the time. So, there we go. There's the old lander. Lovely. Right there. Not looking in the best shape in many ways. Can we go inside by any chance? Oh, hang on. There was something up there. I just dropped something off the thing, and I found a snow globe. Oh, that's lovely. That's really bloody nice. Also, I'm just kind of curious, like, just out of interest, like, can you destroy the flag on the moon? And the answer is no, they don't let you destroy the flag on the moon, dear oh flippin' dear. Though by the looks of it, yeah, there is once again a little bit more stuff floating around here. 2 resources. We know about iron, obviously. But if I could pick up some helium while I was literally passing by, presumably helium would be... Yeah, well, 1 currently marked in. Oh, hello. Hello, mysterious moon. Ooh. We've got proper floating today. Proper low moon gravity. And oh, okay. So my jetpack feels a lot better in the event that what I do is I bring it to, yes, a low gravity environment. Are we cool, by the way? I am not here to rob you, okay? I'm just passing by, just saying hello, no trouble.
Might want to check your power packs. Wouldn't want to be caught in these caves in the dark.
I mean, this is an actual, like, proper cave we could go into. Not just like, oh, bloody hell. Okay, just help myself to some cheese and yogurt. I'm dropping a save before we go down there. I'm not sure I trust this. Well, there's definitely worrying signs of... What was that? You all heard that, right? There was... Oh, blimey, there's life here. I would have thought that was more interesting than the iron, to be honest. Like, there's definitely life on the moon these days. Like, that's no. So, I may have found something mildly concerning, which is... There's a creature pile here. And I'm not really sure, like, how you interpret that term. Precisely. Like, you know, whether it produces creatures, or is made of creatures, or is the, you know, excrement left by creatures after they ate all these people. But there's definitely alien genetic material inside this, and I've decided I don't want to be on the moon anymore, and I've decided we're going to leave. We're going to leave right now. I do not like being on the moon anymore. Okay, the moon has definitely got, like, potentially some slight issues underground. Officially, the moon does not have life on it. Like, according to the survey, I've surveyed everything that exists. And I do not trust the cocking survey. Let's cocky go. Okay, just take off as fast as we can. We're getting off the moon and we're never coming back. I don't care what the survey says. There's clearly something living on the moon and it just ate some people. And I do not want to be here when it gets hungry again.
You are entering United Colonies space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Okay, we've re-entered Mars space. We're being scanned again, but that's fine. Passed the scan, no trouble. My mug's officially passed inspection. And even better, all that exploring gets me yet another level. Lovely. And you know what? I'm really enjoying my shotgun. And sooner or later, we're going to want to go a little bit further down combat. So we need to put some points in here sooner or later. And on top of that, when you upgrade them, shotguns start staggering targets. And that is, oh blimey, that's sexy. So, go on then. I've decided I'm going to get a bit better with shotguns. And as for the planet, there's all sorts of stuff we could do, including... Oh, I do not trust a robot factory on Mars. That's just asking for killbots. But no. We want to land here. Cydonia. Oh, here we go. That's the flipping red planet I was looking for. So, right, this is like a proper... Well, I was about to say town. But I don't really know. It might just be like literally a bar with a car park next to it. I'm not sure. Right. Hop outside. Apparently, yes. Even with all the work we've done, we still need spacesuits to be in this area. So, okay. Cydonia. What precisely is going on here in that case? And, ooh, I like all this.
Frankly, I'm a bit surprised to find such a delightful spot in this rather drab city.
Okay, so it is apparently a city, but Sarah's not impressed by it. Gotcha. Here we go. So officially, yes, this is a mining colony, to use the correct definition. So, alright. Mosey on inside. Let's see how much is actually here, aside from the bar we're looking for. Welcome to Cydonia, humanity's stepping stone to the stars. Which I'm guessing was, yes, much more true and aspirational before, you know, we just went to the stars and kind of left this place behind. Oh, I like this. It's like a big industrial packing yard. I love it.
Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so occasionally there's just giant mining explosions. And on top of that, yes, the amount of time since the last incident is marked in hours, not days. Love it. Also, are those Mars hours or UT hours? Because those are different, and we should keep an eye on that. Okay, it turns out this place may be a lot flipping bigger than I was expecting. We've got ourselves various shops, various offices, various residential, all the rest of it. So, okay, having made our way to Mars, how about we call it a part there? Because next time, we need to figure out what's going on here, and I suspect that, yes, things may be a bit more rough and ready than we've seen so far on New Atlantis. This is going to be a very, very different kind of city. So hopefully you join me next time for that. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. And this has been Starfield. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Ah, we have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.